I'm down for whatever, but I never fall. Whenever I need my soldiers, they there when I call. I'm never scared when it's time to lay my life down. I need some warriors to stand with me right now. Forget about the hate, I gotta stick to the plan. I pray to God every day to be a better man. With all this pressure, I'ma need to hold my own. I don't wanna do nothing. Let's talk about it, let's talk about it, let's talk about it. I'm Arthur J, and I'm right here with my co-host Tori, and we back with another episode. We want to thank everybody for coming to the Arthur J and Tori TV podcast. Man, y'all gonna love this, man. We just want to have a real conversation like we always do. Sex before marriage. Why wait? Tori, being that you a married man, how you doing before we go into this, man? How you
doing? I'm doing good. Won't complain, can't complain.
Yes, sir, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. You know, life is good, man. Y'all just keep on pushing and, you know, keep on grinding on everything that you want to do in life. We're going to get right into it, man. I want to ask you a question, man. How do you feel about people saying that sex is the easy part in marriage versus the root of what marriage is really about, like the love and the connection and friendship and all the things that's really important? How do you feel about people who say, no, sex is the easy part?
Well, I mean, to them, that's their opinion of that's the easy part or not. Me, from my point, I mean, some people can say it's the easy part because that's the enjoyable part of the marriage, I guess, or just a relationship, but marriage. But at the end of the day, it's more than sex. You know what I'm saying? Because after you're done having sex, we still have, probably if we having issues, we still have those same issues that's not going to be swept under the rug. You know what I'm saying? But everybody know having relation is the enjoyable sense of it. So it's easy. That's the easy part. But the hardest part is coming when you have issues. Anybody can have sex. You know what I'm saying? Basically.
Yeah, that's real, man. I think a lot of times, you know, people look at they look at the thrill and they look at, you know, just the physical part more than the mental and the spiritual, just the connection part of what's going to get you through tough times and, you know, things that y'all going to go through, the ups and downs. It's not going to be sex that's going to get y'all through that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just the icing on the cake. And you learn that when you mature more and more and you get older and older. I heard different, like I said, I've never been married. I'm not married. And I hear a lot of older married people, they speak on that a lot about the importance of marriage. And they speak on, you know, the things that kept them along the way through the ups and downs. And they really don't mention sex. They don't, you know. So, but a single person like me, if you're not mature enough, a lot of the single people and even the immature people who are married, they won't get that part of. They won't see that part of how important it is to have other things other than sex that's going to really keep y'all complete.
Exactly.
So with saying all that, why do you think marriages don't last long nowadays the way they did back when your mom them was coming along or your grandparents was coming along? Why do you think it's like that now?
Because I really, truly, my heart's a heart, I think people have a false sense or the fairy tale of what marriage is. They think everything is just smooth sailing, you know, and that's what they bank on because you never see, or I ain't going to say never, but you don't see people as much putting on social media when they're going through stuff in their marriage because there's no place for that. But you don't see the bad and the ugly. All you see is the enjoyment, the excitement, and all those things what people posted up. So you have a false sense of reality of what marriages really is. Marriages have ups and downs just like everything else. You know what I'm saying? So when those bad times come with people that get in marriages thinking that it's a fairy tale, so when they're faced with that, those downtime, they can't handle it. They fold. You know what I'm saying? They fold under pressure. And they don't know how to have the conversation because all they was looking for, or not looking for, but just thinking that everything was going to be perfect. It's nothing perfect. So, with a lot of our older generation, the great grands and grandmothers, they had those 50 years plus because it's not that their relationship or their marriage was perfect. They just had work. They put in work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the
Whenever
key.
they went through any kind of issues, they put in work. So if you think your grandparents then was out there 50 years strong without any issues and thinking it was just perfect, I can guarantee you that's absolutely wrong. So it's all about how your foundation is and your backbone to say, I'm gonna keep pushing through those issues that we have, you know what I'm saying, and not giving up on your marriage. And these days, people just tend to give up on their marriage, in my opinion, because they live in a false sense of what marriage is really about.
Yeah, man. How do you feel about different people who say, especially some marriage married couples, when they say the sex is boring, um, you know, how do you feel about them saying that the sex is boring and they don't really look at the real love foundation other than sex? How do
Yeah,
you feel about that?
I mean, sex, and your, I
Especially when
mean,
they've been together so long and
exactly.
everything
That's what
like
I
that.
was gonna get into, because sometimes you just be around or been in a relationship with a person, or however long you may have been into them for a long period of time or whatever. Um, the same old tends to probably get boring. You know what I'm saying? But it's up to you and your spouse, um, whatever y'all can commit to without breaking y'all vows, to spice up your bedroom. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But it does get boring. You have to try different things in the bedroom behind y'all closed doors. Because if you're doing the same thing, okay, roll over, whatever it may be, it does get boring. But it's up to you to keep the excitement in a relationship, and that's just not even on just all about sex. That's just in your relationship. Period. Be
Right.
spontaneous. You know what I'm saying, and change up some. Don't be predictable. You know what I'm saying? Try
Hmm.
different things and have an open mind about some things that you're willing to do, some things that definitely that you're not willing to do, long as it's not conflicting with your morals or your beliefs. But if you just the same old and you don't have an open mind on things, it will get boring, and sometimes it probably will. A person will start having that feeling like, I just don't want to be in this no more. Everything gets predictable. This is so boring, or you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, it's communication. Have Don't be scared to come to your partner and tell him or her that, listen, we need to try something different before you just let it drag on. Now you unhappy and stuff. So just communicate with your partner. But if you're gonna do the same old, it will get boring. But it's
Yeah.
on you to spice up your own bedroom.
Man, you just made a very interesting point when you say not just only in the bedroom, but outside of the bedroom, basically, um, not being predictable. And I stick a pin in that because as a single person, you know, when you look at a lot of marriages, especially married people that've been married for a long time, I don't see the spark. Like I don't see them hugging up. I don't see them even doing the simple things as
Mm-hmm.
holding hands.
Yeah.
And like I said, with me, I'm mature enough to know that it's more than sex. But if you can't even show no kind of affection in any kind of
Mm.
way, as a single person on the outside looking in, it kind of make me think about other people who are single and maybe thinking like, why should I get married? Not
Mm.
that. Now hold on, before y'all get offended and start, different married people that's watching this and be like, why would you say that? It's like, because if I'm married
Mm-hmm.
and I have the youth, because I always talk about the youth, I just love the youth, and they looking up to me. I want them to know, no, my marriage is not perfect. Yes, you're gonna have ups and downs, but if I can't lead by an example and show them, that hey, you can love on your wife,
Yeah.
you can love on your husband. If I can't show them in any kind of way, then why are you teaching and preaching to people about getting married?
Yeah.
What is the value of that other than we able to pay bills? We able to just, exist in each other's company? What is the value? What is the true value of that when you don't see no kind of spark as a single person looking in on the outside looking in? What is the value of it? So you made me really start thinking about that as you being married. How important that is to you to not only just show your wife, but
Mm-hmm.
to not get out in public and just act like you know, y'all ashamed of each other.
Oh man,
That's your queen. You are her king. So it's like this is what we all, I would think live for all our life, and we finally did it. And now we married, and as time go by, 15, 20 years, 30 years, yeah, you're going to have your ups and downs where you're going to be mad at each other, whatever.
exactly.
But I see marriages that's been married a long time, and I have to say it, Tori, sometimes I have to stay focused myself, because if I tune in their lifestyle,
Yeah,
it'll be discouraging to me to want to get married. Let that breathe. Let that breathe. So how do you feel about the importance of really just showing a great example of, through your thick and thin, through the ups and downs, the importance of still having that spark, like you were just speaking on?
And it's the saying goes, the way you got each other, and I'm pretty sure you didn't get that person shaming them or acting like you're ashamed to be affectionate with that person. So the same way you got them, you got to continue to be that, to continue to pursue them like you don't got them.
Yeah.
And for me, a lot of things is I like to set the example. Yes, me and my wife, we all have ups and downs. That's just the reality of life. And no matter what you go through, marriage don't stop things that you may go through. It's all about working through those things. But the one thing I want to say is, before I even got married, I had a friend that, he got married before me, and he actually showed me, and my brother also, they actually showed me that it's okay to be married. Some of the same things that you think that's, you're going to be locked up or this is the death, you can do that you can still do that long as it's a respect attached to respecting your partner. Your life don't stop. You can still enjoy some of the same things that you enjoyed while you was a single person, but respecting your spouse is the ultimate key. Like, people think, I'm married, I can't go hang out and chill. No, it's about, you can go hang out and chill, but respect me in the process while you're doing so. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay. I want to let people know it's okay to be married, because that don't stop you from having fun and enjoying life. But now you just have an extra partner that you can enjoy life with, and and try some different things. That's what happened to me, basically. Some of the things that I wouldn't dare try or experience, that she gave me that to try to figure out some things and enjoy. And a lot of those things I like doing.
That's real, man. That's real, man. I'm gonna get into this next question. How do you feel about some people who say, why buy the cow when I can get the milk free? How do you feel about that statement? As a married man, how does Tori feel about, people saying that? Why buy, give more an example, asking that question, you'll have some people that've been been together for a long time.
I'm just gonna answer it just like that.
Okay. They've been together for a long time, and they've had sex, they've been together, and they feel like, why get married?
Yeah.
We already doing it like this. We married, we got kids together or whatever, we have a place together. Why get married? Why, it's just a piece of paper. It's just marriage is just a piece of paper. How do you feel about that?
Everybody has the right to believe what they believe. That's why you, male or female, you hold yourself to a certain standard once you get serious with a guy, or if you're dating that guy. You know what I'm saying? You ask those questions up front, so we have no disagreement of what I'm looking for in life. You know what I'm saying? No matter if no matter if you had sex prior in that relationship before marriage, but letting the person know, hey, I'm looking to be married. One day I hope to be married. I'm not just in this relationship just to be in a relationship. So it's no changing the decision. And if they do act like a certain amount of time, cut them off. When you know that this person wants to be married or not. You know what I'm saying? But the saying is, that's why it's best to really wait, or I would say definitely not shack up with each other and just living as you are, husband and wife, because that person can easily slip into thinking, hey, I already got you. Why get married? We good. We doing great. But and in a moral sense, some people, I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I always looked as a moral in my faith. It's always been that my end goal was to be married and live my life with my wife for the rest of my days. But
Man, that's so interesting, man, because nowadays to even be talking about this in this way, a lot of people would look at it and you probably would get a lot of disagreements. In today's society, who are you seeing waiting to have sex before they get married?
Yeah.
Who are still the virgins in this world? You know, I can say that I'm not married and I have a daughter, so obvious I didn't wait till I got married. But I still be thinking, is the youth gonna still come up and still be teased if they're a virgin? Are you really gonna still be looked at as a punk because you ain't doing what a lot of people doing as far as, like you say, just shacking up or just having sex before? It's just we just having an open open mind, open conversation to get people to think of, why won't we try something different in life? Why not try to start somewhere at a different route than what we're used to seeing in life? Because that's what we do in life all the time. If we see a person wear this shirt, we got to wear a shirt. Lady see a woman have her hair this way, I got to have my hair like this. Why not try to do something different or what everybody is not doing, and just say, hey, man, I want to really get to know you. Or, lady, I want to really get to know you. I really want to see where your mind is at. I really want to see where your goals are. I really want to, and it's hard. That's the thing that I want to tie you into it. It's hard. How do you get through that when you have, I ask this like this, you have one that want to wait and you have the other one that don't. How effective of that relationship you think it's going to be if you have one that got a mindset of, I want to wait, and the other one don't want to wait?
Yeah. And at the end of the day, if you have that scenario in front of you, most likely the person that don't want to wait has already been there before. That already not has sexual relationship. And that I don't think, in my honest opinion, that would work. If you have one that's standing on her principle and her morals, or a guy that's standing on his principle and morals, it's not gonna work, because the other person who already been active is gonna seek what they're craving. You know what I'm saying? From somebody else. Now you got cheating involved. You know what I'm saying? So it's not gonna work. But to go back to you, something you said when you just started that little segment, is basically, it's okay to be a virgin. You know what I'm saying? I do remember coming up, like, that was the telltale. You get picked at if you wasn't having sex. I remember those things. But at the end of the day, how do people know? Because you put it out there. So you have to be mindful of what you put out there. Don't nobody know your business unless you put it out there. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't up to it's nobody's business but your own. And it's okay, if you is. So what? Like the movie, and I'm just give a quick example. The movie when Boys in the Hood, when Trey was a virgin, and the dude was laughing at, you a virgin. The man just simply said, oh, because I don't want to bring any kids in this world. Yeah. Then the dude was like, oh, that made sense. So at the end of the day, if you wait, you know what I'm saying, you don't have the chance of you having all these different kids living outside of the parents' home, becoming a baby mama or baby daddy, is greater if you just wait. So,
man, I'm so glad you said it. Just to tie in on or piggyback off what you said, man. All the guys that laughed at me when I was a virgin, coming up. I ain't trying to be funny when I say that, but when it come down to take care of my daughter, where are they now? I'm gonna say that again for the 3 people in the back that might be snoring. All the guys that picked at me when I was a virgin coming up, when it come down to taking care of my daughter, where are they now?
Yeah.
I hate to say it like this, but none of them niggas here.
It's real.
None of them here. And that bothers me, because it's like, I heard somebody say, it was an artist say, it was a gospel artist say, where I'm from, they call you gay, say you ain't a man. Show them I ain't a punk, get all the girls I can. And that always stuck with me, because it's like, where I'm from, that's how it always was. Like if you not a person that
It was
is
like that.
promiscuous,
I remember.
you know what I'm saying? They gon' you ain't a man. But soon as a certain amount coming out your check every week, none of them niggas there. I'm just gonna say it how it is. Let it breathe. Let that breathe. None of them there. So when you talking about the importance of sex before marriage, when you talk about the importance of knowing what marriage really is, it don't take a rocket science for me who have never been married to understand what that is.
Yeah.
But people would laugh at you. People would look at us on this podcast and they don't want to listen. They don't want to share. They don't want to tell people about when you giving them information of like, man, it's so much more to it. It's so much more to it. That's why you seeing so many marriages be broken because they don't put in the work. Like you said, they don't put in the time and the effort to really establish what this marriage truly is.
Yeah. And another thing that you said that that just came to me is the people that says this just a piece of paper or that's just a piece of paper. No, it isn't. It definitely is not. First of all, in my opinion, or not in my opinion, but my faith, I'm doing this under God's eyes, period. Second of all, that piece of paper, let something happen to you. You see a lot of families, not just black, it happens all around the world, that having that piece of paper leaves instructions of who handles your affairs. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So it's not just a piece of paper, because a piece of paper you can rip up quickly. But you try to get up out of a marriage just by saying, I don't want to do this. And see how strong that piece of paper holds up in court.
You're going to be coming out your pockets, a lot of money and everything.
Houses, everything else. So at the end of the day, it's just not a piece of paper. So those people that think of marriage as just a piece of paper, then I would say you probably shouldn't be married. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
you know, and like I say again, you know, everybody have they have they views on why they want to get married or why they don't want to get married. And I'm a person that I don't condemn anybody that don't want to get married, and I don't condemn anybody that do want to get married, you know, because everybody have their own views and they have their own opinion. You know, our podcast, like we always say, we just give people our opinion. I just think it just always weighed on my heart to just give my views, you know, even though I've never been married before. And then with you being married, I think that really ties in a great conversation like we're doing for the viewers to see it on both sides, on both ends, how a person who's single feel about it and how a person who's not single feel about it. And so, you know, I'm gonna tie you in this, man. You know, people don't think about what comes with the marriage. They don't think about the hardship. They don't think about the ups and downs. They don't think about, you know, the full commitment. They don't think about what the vows say. Because, you know, people they'll say the vows, but they don't really think about the vows. You know, they don't think about everything that just come with the marriage that people just tend to ignore or forget. Why do you think that is?
Because, in my opinion, it sounds good. Those unless you write in your own, you can just put something that sounds great. But most of the time, 9 times out of 10, you when you write your vows, that's something you definitely mean and it sits in you. But to hear those the normal vows that people take, it's like, okay, that's just there, and it just goes in one ear and out all, and then you probably just basically take in the good part. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear about through sickness and health, through good times and bad. When you faced with those bad times, anybody in life can go through things when it's good.
Richer and poor.
When you're rich, anybody could almost live that lifestyle.
Death do us part.
Okay, now see, you can't help death do us part. You know what I'm saying? Somebody passed, I get that. But those main keys is through sickness and through good times and bad. Anybody could live through life, always being good, always being rich. You know what I'm saying? But what happens on the other end? Those the ones that you really need to key in, because anybody could live through those. But those bad times, if you have a job that you was making a decent amount before y'all got married, and you somehow you lost that, and y'all not set up as well as you thought, and now you live in check to check or something, maybe will that person stay? So those are the things that people need to seek, let sit in more. So am I ready to really deal with that during bad times? So
yeah, you're right, man. I'm gonna wrap it up on saying, you just made me think, man. I'm gonna ask it like this. Well, not really ask it like this. I'm gonna make a statement like this. You know, and I think we talked about it before the camera came on. Talked about your dream car and everything like that. I think you said what you said, a Range Rover?
Yeah, I said a
Range Rover. Okay, and I asked you, I said, let's say you had this Range Rover for 15, 20 years, you know, because basically what I'm saying is marriage is like a new car or a new house. A lot of times people handle it that way. And what I mean by that is, let's say you get your new car. Your love for your dream car, it may not change, but you getting used to it and getting too comfortable with that dream car. Do you feel like, whether it's a house or whether how people do their house or do they new car, do you feel like a lot of people, maybe not every marriage, but do you think a lot of marriages, they tend to, whether it's unintentionally or it's intentionally, they be so head over heels and be like a for this person, but the thrill is gone as they have their car for 15, 20 years, or they house for, I'm paraphrasing it and speaking in metaphors, but I'm putting it into a marriage. When you have the person for so long, do they tend to get too relaxed, where it's like that thrill and that, you know, that desire for that person changed? How do you feel about that? Real quick.
I have to definitely be honest. That comes with being with somebody for a long period of time. And it's not to say it's a bad thing, but sometimes you have to get out of those moments to remind yourself of why you fell in love with that person.
Yeah,
but at the
real.
end of the day, those things does take place. I'm guilty of it. My wife could probably say she's guilty of it, because you get comfortable around that person. But the love that I have for her does not change. It's still the same. But you do get laxed sometimes. But you have to remind yourself that you know, this person is still the person that I rather relighting my flame. You know what I'm saying? Because the flame do go out, but this is the person I still will rather relight my flame than dealing with anybody else. Because that person can be, if you lose them, now you mad because somebody else, she's lighting somebody else's flame, or he's lighting somebody else's flame. That's as about as simple as I could put it. But it does exist. You do get comfortable and last, but the key is to reinitiate a flame all through the years and years to come.
Yeah, man. You know, and that's what it's about. You know, you said a handful, man. You know, you have to rekindle that flame. You have to have some new sparks in it.
Yeah,
you know,
put some gasoline on it, man.
Yeah, man. You know, sometimes, you know, she walk by, you got to smack on the butt. You know, sometimes you got to
really,
hold your wife or hold your husband close and tell them that you love them. You know, different things, you know, that a lot of people don't keep it real on just speaking about and just saying what's going to make it, you know, keep it going. Because just as well as the mental part, you got to be willing to show your husband or your wife, I feel, in my opinion, that, hey, you still sexy to me no matter what.
Yes, yeah.
Let that breathe. You know, years don't go on by, you still that chick.
Words,
you know what I'm saying?
Words of affirmation to each other.
Yeah, man.
Definitely is a must-have in being married.
Yeah, man. We're going to wrap it up here, man. You know, and all the single people, man, be encouraged. You know, don't be discouraged on what you see. Trust me, I know. Because there's always somebody for somebody.
Exactly.
You know, so we're going to wrap it up here, man. I love y'all. Like, subscribe, comment, share. I'm your boy, Arthur J. This is my brother, Tori. Until next time, peace. I hate the feeling that I get when I wanna quit. Keep my composure when a hater say something slick. Talking 100 when you don't keep it 50. I see the fake every time you hanging with me. You say you straight, but your actions showing different. That's right. Why should